What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Premium MMA. My name is Hydro, aka Big Splash, and I'm here to give you my picks for UFC Fight Night Yadong versus Ricky Simone. Let's get straight into it. First match of the night, we got Hailey versus jamey lyn-horth. Hailey, I've been feeling bad for her lately just because this is her fourth opponent that she's been matched up with, just because her other fights has been canceled. One was due to her. I guess she couldn't make weight, or she had health issues making weight, and the other couple times her opponents backed out. So yeah, I've been feeling bad for her, and she actually is a good fighter. I really liked how she looked in her Dana White Contender Series bout. And yeah, she looked phenomenal in that bout. I would say she was dominating the whole fight, and that was the only footage I saw and could get from her, and I was actually impressed with her performance. Jamey lyn-horth, on the other hand, she is a beast. She is relentless as hell. I know she's from a different organization, and she could beat up those girls. And these UFC women fighters are different. They are fucking just crazy. Jamey lyn-horth, I think she can hang with these women. And I don't like... Oh, I do, because they're both making their UFC debut. But out of all of Hailey Cowan's matchups that she was going to have, I was going for Hailey the whole time. And then I saw footage of Jamey. I was like, ooh, shit. This is gonna be a tough battle for Hailey, because Jamey is relentless. She could wrestle, she could strike. She's using her striking very well to set up her takedowns. And yeah, it was very hard to find footage on Jamey, but the footage I did see was within a year, and she was dominating her opponents. And you can see she's a double champ somewhere. She got 2 belts. So Jamey Lynn impressed me more. So I have to pick jamey lyn-horth in this one. I really want Hailey to go far in the UFC, because I do feel bad for her just of what she's been through already. And I just want her to look good, but I don't know if she'll look good against jamey lyn-horth. She is something else. So my pick here for this matchup is jamey lyn-horth. Next up, we got Brian Kelleher versus newson. I was 50-50 about this one. I was back and forth. I wrote down Journey's name, then I wrote down Brian's name, then I went back to Journey. Now, Brian Kelleher is a better wrestler than newson. Newson can't get taken down pretty easily. That's what I'm scared of. Newson has lost in decision just with wrestling. I forgot who his opponent was, but I remember that fight, and he was just getting out-wrestled. Every time he would just hit the guy would just go for a takedown and take him down to the ground and just hold him there for the rest of the round. All 3 rounds that happened with newson. And I hope he rewatched that footage and worked on that, because in UFC, you need some wrestling. And Brian Kelleher, on the other hand, is a wrestler. He could get the job done in wrestling and hold you there as well. That's why. But in this matchup, newson is the better striker. Brian Kelleher is going to be straight wrestling, but I think newson has worked on his wrestling game, and he's able to get back up and scramble, which I really like. So I think he might be a problem for Brian Kelleher, but don't sleep on Brian Kelleher in this matchup, because Brian Kelleher is relentless, and he will wrestle you until he can't no more. But my pick here is newson. I do think he's the better all-around fighter. Like I said, I think he has improved on his wrestling and will be able to get back up to his feet and keep this fight on the feet. Because Brian Kelleher, too, sometimes his IQ is not all there, and he will stand and bang with you for no reason. He could in some of his losses, Brian Kelleher, when he's supposed to wrestle, he just stood there and banged with some opponents. But you never know in this matchup. If Brian Kelleher's seen footage on newson, then he knows Journey could get out wrestled. But that's the only thing I'm scared of. That's why I went back and forth 50-50. I would not bet on this fight, y'all. I would not. But my pick here is newson. I wrote his name down first, so that's what I'm just going with. Even though I was going back and forth, I'm just going to choose a winner. newson. Next up, we got Stephanie Egger versus Irina Alekseeva. They call Irina the Russian Ronda Rousey. I could see she looks like Ronda Rousey, but does she fight like Ronda Rousey? And if she did fight like Ronda Rousey, she will have a problem in the UFC. So yeah, I don't know about Irina. I'm going for Stephanie Egger in this matchup. She really did impress me in her last matchup against Aline Perez. I was going for Aline Perez in that matchup. I thought she would be the older Stephanie Egger, but Stephanie Egger still has it. She's slick on the ground. She doesn't waste time at all. She doesn't just lay down on the ground or lay on top of you. She's active. I don't know what her main martial art is, but to me it looked like she was a BJJ mixed martial artist. She looked really good on the ground. And Aline Perez was supposed to be the better wrestler and grappler, but Stephanie Egger was always a step ahead of her. And even with Stephanie Egger striking, it's decent. It's not great, it's decent. She just throws the 1-2 straight jabs, which is nice. But like I said, if she's able to get you to the ground, then it's a problem for you. And I think, and watching Irina's footage, Irina did not show me nothing too impressive. All her opponents were like 4-4, 2-4, 4-3. She didn't face good competition so far. So, and I think Stephanie Egger, she is the gatekeeper of these women getting into the UFC. So yeah, my pick here is Stephanie Egger. Next up, we got Cody Durden versus Charles Johnson. This wasn't really a too hard one to pick for me, even though for some people it probably was. Charles Johnson is a great striker, phenomenal striker. That's all he does. He doesn't try to take people to the ground at all. He just likes to stand and fight, just kickbox. And he's good at it. But he's going against Cody Durden. Cody Durden, his striking is decent. It's not all the way there. But his defense is horrible. His striking defense is horrible. He keeps his hands just low, near the body. Not he doesn't have a high guard at all, which I don't like. But he is a great wrestler. And in Charles Johnson bout against OD, he should have won that fight. He should have won that fight, but OD won that fight fair and square. OD got all his takedowns on Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson was so easy to take down, even for OD. OD is not a wrestler or anything. He is a striker. He mainly stands up in all his fights. He does not look to go to the ground, but for some reason with Charles, he found a hole in Charles' game where he could just take down Charles and just hold him there, maybe ground and pound a little bit. And Charles was letting him get those takedowns on him. And Charles, he is not to be trusted. He is not a lock to whoever he fights. The flyweight division is very, very skilled. And yeah, I think he's going to have a problem in the flyweight division. But Cody Durden, on the other hand, he's a dog. He's relentless. Like I said, his striking isn't all the way there yet. It's decent, but his wrestling is so relentless. He will take you down to the ground and maul you. And he does that with most of these flyweights, or at least in the fights he's been in already. So in this matchup, I got Cody Durden beating Charles Johnson just by wrestling, not by striking at all. Charles Johnson is the way better striker in this matchup, but Cody Durden will wrestle Charles Johnson. I see that happening. Cody Durden could get a decision win, or maybe a submission in this matchup. Let's see. But Cody Durden, like I said, he is a relentless wrestler and one of the best wrestlers. I want to say one of the best. He's one of the good wrestlers in the flyweight divisions, to where he could scramble you, get dominant positions and everything. And he uses that striking, his decent striking, to set up his takedowns for his magnificent wrestling. So my pick here is Cody Durden. Next up, we got Natan Levy versus Pete Rodriguez. This was a hard matchup to choose for me, even though I don't like the odds, how high of a favorite Natan Levy is. Pete Rodriguez is a problem. Well, actually, now I do see it. This is going to be a lightweight bout, and Pete Rodriguez is a welterweight. And he's so that I don't know if he's going to even make weight for this fight. And if he misses weight and he ends up fighting, I think he's going to lose. So now I do see the high value, or the not even value, Natan being the high favorite in this matchup. But I do have Natan Levy winning this fight, because Natan does have decent striking. His striking is actually pretty good. Only thing is his defense with the striking. It says 58%, which is really good on paper, but he turns around, he turns his body or his head like all the way around. Sometimes he does a spin, and I don't like that, because you can get caught like that and knocked out. But in this matchup, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Natan Levy will stand and bang with Pete Rodriguez, which is kind of dangerous, but Natan Levy's striking is actually good. It's decent. He's very smart with it. He uses the basics. He uses his jab all the time and just hits you with that 1-2, 1-2, hook, 1-2, right hook, So and Natan Levy is a BJJ guy, so if this hits the ground at all, Natan Levy has the full ground advantage. So in this matchup, I got Natan Levy winning and being the all-around better fighter. So yeah, my pick here is Natan Levy. Next up, we got Martin Buday versus Jake Collier. This is gonna be a fun heavyweight matchup between these two. Martin Buday, he's good. You know, he's all right, especially with the striking. But he doesn't do anything to impress me. I've actually went for him in his fights and he's won me money, but I was never impressed with his performance. If anything, I was scared shitless even putting money on him. So, but Jake on the other hand, Jake is a dog. He's a beast. I put money on Jake too, and he's won me money. But his fights is different. He impressed me with his fights. He is a dog. He will strike with you, stand and bang. He could take you down if he wanted to, wrestle. So I got Jake Collier in this matchup. I know Martin Buday is 11-1, and he is a dangerous heavyweight. But I feel like here Jake Collier is ready for someone like Martin Buday and just ready to strike with him. And I think Jake Collier's striking is better than Martin Buday's. So I'm going to have to go with Jake Collier here. He's the better all-around fighter. Next up, we got Julian Erosa versus Fernando Padilla. I got Julian Erosa in this matchup. Fernando, he's a good fighter. He's an all-right fighter. But I don't think he's UFC caliber yet. I think they just put him in here just so Julian Erosa could get a win. Because that loss over Alekseeva, I think his last name is. But Julian's last bout. I was going for Julian Erosa in that matchup. I'm not going to lie to you. But Alex did get the best of him. And he saw holes in Julian's game and knocked him out. But Julian Erosa is still a great fighter, a great striker, and a great grappler. And I think he will put it on Fernando Padilla and could submit Fernando. I wouldn't say submit, but could out grapple him. Damn, this is a hard matchup. Because Fernando, he is good. He has a couple submission finishes, so that means he is good on the ground. He knows what he's doing, and he's aware. But Julian Erosa, I just love his grappling. I think he's way more aware, and UFC caliber aware. So that's why I have Julian Erosa in this matchup. Julian Erosa's striking is better than Fernando's, and his grappling is better than Fernando's. But we're gonna have to see if Fernando will survive. But so the pick here is Julian Erosa's. Next up, we got Rodolfo Vierira versus Cody Brundage. This is going to be a fun matchup. This is going to be a dog matchup. Rodolfo isn't that good of a striker. He's more of a wrestler, but he's still a dog. He has a chin, and he'll stay in there and strike with you. But like I said, he has great wrestling, and his striking is decent enough to where he could use his striking to set up takedowns. But Cody Brundage is the better wrestler in this matchup. Even though Rodolfo's stats look better, in footage, Cody's wrestling looks way better. And Cody's just relentless. And Cody has better striking than Rodolfo as well. So I think Cody Brundage will put it on Rodolfo. The wrestling department, I think this is gonna be a mostly wrestling match. If it's not, then if it's in just a striking, Cody Brundage is literally just winning this matchup. But if it's the ground, it's gonna be a lot of scrambling, dominant positions. You know, who got this or who had more control time in this round, or so. But I do have Cody Brundage in this matchup. I think Cody Brundage is ready. I think he's been ready. He's always been a dog. Rodolfo, don't get me wrong, he's a dog too. Don't sleep on Rodolfo. But I got Cody Brundage in this matchup. Cody Brundage, in his footage, he impressed me more. I think he's fought better competition, harder competition. So yeah, that's why my pick is Cody Brundage. Next up, we got Caio Borralho versus Michal, Oleksiejczuk. I just butchered the hell out of both of their names. My apologies, y'all. But y'all know who I'm talking about. But I got Caio in this matchup because I think Caio Borralho is the better all-around fighter in this matchup. Don't get me wrong. Michal is dangerous. He's dangerous. He's a good striker. He's good at grappling. I'd say he's better at striking than grappling. But Caio is better all around, I think. I think Caio has more power than Michal, is a better technical striker than Michal, and is a better grappler than Michal. So I do have Borralho winning and beating Michal. Maybe not finishing Michal, because Michal is a dog. If you go and watch Michal's fights, he goes the distance with some of the hardest competition because he is a dog and he will stay in the fight until it's over. Until, all 5-minute rounds has gone by. So yeah, don't sleep on Michal. He is a dog, but I do think Caio Borralho will get it done in this matchup, either via decision, maybe TKO, but Michal, he's too much of a dog for someone to put him away like that. Not saying he's a juggernaut, but I'm just saying he'll be on his last limb and just still trying to fight you. He's a dog, but I do have Caio Borralho being the better all-around fighter and winning this matchup. And finally, we got the main event, Song Yadong versus Ricky Simón. I got Ricky Simón in this matchup. Now, y'all don't have to go with my pick with this one because this is a biased pick. Okay? Ricky Simón, I like his knockout highlights real better. I like his highlight reel better than Song Yadong. Song Yadong more goes the distance. He is a great striker, don't get me wrong. His striking is phenomenal. Even though on paper it says Ricky Simón's striking is better, but no. Song Yadong is more of a technical striker. Like, he will counter the fuck out of you if you come just blitzing at him and knock your ass out. But Ricky Simón, on the other hand, I think Ricky Simón got just this much more power, and he has the grappling and wrestling in his back pocket if he needs it. So that's why I have Ricky Simón in this matchup. But Song Yadong is live in this matchup as well. But my pick here is Ricky Simón. So that is it for my UFC Fight Night. Song Yadong versus Ricky Simón. This is going to be a real exciting one, and I cannot wait for it. If y'all agree with me or enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.